Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury, he's Tay-Tay. And this is a continuation of these kind of lessons I'm doing. And the idea for this is I do it a lot. And what I was doing there is what I think of as drop 2 voicings. All scary stuff, but I'm going to try and make it accessible for dummies like me, because this is how I figured it out. Let's get into it. Drop 2. I came about this concept and that title. I'd never heard of it before because I was going to a music college I was studying business, but everyone else was coming home and they were learning these things. And one of them was drop 2. And I realized when they were practicing it one night that I loved that sound. And the way I think about it is this. If we have a triad, a C major triad, so 3 notes, C, E and G. I know that I often say we should play C like this, but for this instance it's really good to think in these primary colour triads, because we're going to get some really cool results if we can think that simply. So we've got the triad, and just so you know, we can move that triad up every white note and we'll get all the chords in the key of C. Okay, now so we know that. Here's where the 2 comes in, and the drop 2, and it's in the title. So I've got 3 notes. What we do is we count down from the top of the triad. So we've got G at the top, and drop 2 refers to we're going to go to the second note down in the chord. So we've got a 3-note chord, count down from the top, so the second note down is our E. And then the drop bit means that I drop it an octave. And then I play that. And see the difference in the sound, right? Here's the triad. If I put a C on the bottom, no one cares. It's like primary school shit. But if I get the second note down and put it down an octave, woo! And it's so open. And what drop 2, I found out that as life's gone on, a lot of people use it in arrangements. So when I've been working with horn players or string players, they'll often think that this is a very boring, close, dense arrangement of notes. And it's one way it's a very mechanical way to spread the notes out. Now, how do we move this around? How was I doing it in the intro? I started the intro like that. And that was me thinking of going C to this F. Now, this brings up the fact that I'm not doing the first inversion of F. I'm not playing this. I could do the same thing. So if I count down to the second note of the chord A and put that in the bottom. So drop 2 C to F would look like this. But I want it to feel, and this is where I'll talk about it in a minute, but I take this triad, I like this triad better. So I'm going to count down 1 note, this is the second note, down, move it down an octave. So the move goes. Now if I wanted to go to G, I'll move this triad up to here. What do? I drop the second note of the chord down. And we count down from the top. So the top note is B, second note of the chord down is G, and then the third note is, we want to put that G down an octave. So C, F, G in drop 2. And now if I want to go back to C, I like this inversion of C, which is E, G, C, count down second note from the top, which is G, put it in the bottom. So. And you hear how we get that. And what I do a lot is I just wing it. So I'm thinking in really basic triads in C. So I could take E minor, for example, is one of these, one of the kind of primary school triads. And I teach myself to look at the inversion, and I essentially just say, I'm not gonna, whatever my second finger is, just beam it to my left hand. Beam it, boop, boop, goes down there. And I'm thinking I'm trying to get this concept across because it's become quite easy for me to do. And I think it'll be easy for someone else, but I haven't seen it taught like this. Because normally in traditional harmony, they're teaching it in 7th chords, in like 4-note clusters. And they'll go, oh, that's too dense, you need to put the A down here. But I love this open sound. You hear Bruce Hornsby do it a lot, Larry Goldings do it a lot. Hear a lot of, like, Eric Johnson does it a lot on guitar as well, which is very simple. Take a triad, any triad. Let's take any of the white notes. Give me any of the white notes, please, Taylor.
D.
D. So I could pick this inversion of D minor. And by inversion, I've done another video on this. This is the basic D minor, first inversion. All I've done is invert the order of the notes. So I put an A first. And then I go, oh, second note down from the top is a D, and I put that in the bottom. And it sounds so much more open and you can run those, you can go drop 2 the whole way. But what's nice is changing it, and the way I change the sound of it is to change. So that first one, I'm thinking of like primary school, this inversion. Drop the second note down, bang. If I wanted to then go to D minor and I was thinking in this inversion, drop the D down. So I go. And you get these beautiful, almost magnetic movements in harmony, and it helps with these things, or the concept of voice leading. And sometimes it gets really, in traditional music, a bit heavy for my brain, and I think to teach it. But try those concepts. So first things first, C major triad on all the white notes. Then we're going to count down second note from the top. G's the first one, E's the second, drop it down an octave. And you can walk that up the whole scale. And we could try this inversion and go, oh, I'm going to put C on the bottom. I could do this inversion, which is C on the top, G and E. Second note down is G, fleck it down an octave. And see how beautifully unresolved that is? And there I did it with a 7th chord, because I'm thinking, there's my 7th chord. I'm going to just drop the second note down to here. And it's a really beautiful way. Piano, this is the coolest thing, is we have this left hand down there. And drop 2 is a really great way to make yourself sound a lot posher with a lot less. Hope that made sense. If not, there's a great book by a guy called Mark Levine, I think, based on, I bought it, read it all, and that's all I took from it. So it's a big old book, and it gets very complex, because when you're dealing with jazz harmony, it can get crazy. Bang! Bill Evans was a master of it. Anyway, I'm going to play you out some drop 2 stuff. Hope that helps. If you like what we're doing, consider subscribing. If you don't, just let us know. Or any other things you want to know about, I can bring other people in who know more. I'm going to do it in, so stay in the key of C, and I'll do all the stuff I talked about.